before I go to bed, I wanted to do an open video, like an open letter, to anyone who's involved with a certain rich Western country, well known for baguettes, really good pastries, cool infrastructure, and eating frogs, who's having some trouble right now with a African country that has been very poor, been very mistreated, and has changed some things politically in the last couple of weeks. Now, my point is this. I know that flying in militarily and putting a load of boots on the ground and bombs in the sky worked really well in other situations like this, like Mali and Burkina Faso and all these other African countries that have essentially kicked you out because of how poorly they've been treated and how much looting of their resources has been done. And I know that you're keen to go in again and push this colonial mindset that you've been forcing on these people, or try to, onto this new African country that stood up against you. But I'm wondering if it might be a better idea to maybe deal with this diplomatically, And I kind of wondered how you could do that without losing face with your mates, because I know that means a lot to you. It's hard for short men to, find their place in the world, and I can see that, that means an awful lot to you. So why don't you agree with the new leaders of this African country that you'll leave them alone, that you will support a new election, that you will leave them to have their own election even, that you will be nothing to do with the political system of that country ever again. You will completely step away. You will rescind all ownership of that place. And in return, you would like to have some trade deals with them. And you could give some indication of what you want those trade deals to be. You know what you've been taking from that West African country for a long time. So why not focus on that? What you need is to continue to get uranium, possibly gold, although it seems you've got a lot of that already, as well as other resources from this African country. And what this African country needs is their country back. They need to feel like they're in control. They need to feel like they're not enslaved. They need to feel like they're able to build their infrastructure, work with China or Russia or anyone else that they want to. Seems to me like both sides have got very clear objectives in this, and it seems to me that military action is not going to change that whatsoever. Got to understand that for this small African country, it is an existential threat to have colonizers be in control of their finances, be in control of their minds, be in control of their leaders. And I'm sure that they understand that for you, it's an existential threat for you not to have the energy products that you need to make your country run. So rather than taking this any further and thinking that this can be done with force, which, as I said, worked really well for you in, for example, Mali, why don't we all sit down, have a cup of tea, or a glass of wine, if that's what your thing is, and a chat, because I reckon that this could all be dealt with nice and simply.